Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're back. It's a beautiful Monday morning. I'm dressed in blue, as Mondays are always. Blue's my thing on a Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. You're currently streaming live with us in the Nature South on Attenborough TV. This is the Crack of Dawn Show with myself, Kimera, Heeralal. And if you want to interact with us in the studio today, you can do so right there at the bottom. If you are watching this while we're live, use the bottom corner where it says live chat, or you could use the contact details right there at the bottom right of the screen. I'd appreciate if you use the WhatsApp line, it's faster. Alright guys, well, we have a full jam-packed show for you. I mean, the program for today, we've got Wacky and Simpson, and today we're talking about a tarot prediction. Oh yeah, some of you don't believe in that. Some of you are like, nah, we call that crap. But I mean, like, there's a lot of things that comes with tarot reading. I actually think it's possible and it can happen. Alright, so we're going to talk about how tarot cards actually work during the show. And we also have Taylor Smith joining us today on the show, telling us a couple of stories or terrifying stories about tarot predictions. And not forgetting our well-entertained people who keep you well-entertained at home. Or if you're at work or college or wherever you may be, we've always got entertainment to keep you going. Oh yeah. Alright. And don't forget, at the end of the show, we've got a couple of fun facts for you guys. And not forgetting Auntie Sheila and Durban. I love this. I totally love it. So stay tuned for a jam-packed show. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
Look at slide 4.
Becky, don't lose your cool. Think of the quarter pounder. It will taste like sunshine on a rainy day. Oh, so make it a day, the quarter pound away. Da 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 da.
Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, you are streaming with us live in the Nature South on Attenborough TV. This is the Crack of Dawn Show with myself, Kimera Heeralal, as your host. And if you want to interact with us in studio today, please do so in the bottom corner where it says live chat. Now, today we are talking about tarot cards and predictions and terrifying stories. But before we get to it, as we always want a good laugh in the morning, you want something to make your day cheerful and positive. Let's welcome my favorite and only radio presenter, Wacky and Simpson. Check him out.
Thank you for calling Holiday Inn Express, Cape Town Knowledge speaking. How may I help you?
Good morning, sir. I'm Agent 51226. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need a few minutes of your time to ask you a couple questions for your country.
Okay.
Sir, have you ever had that awkward moment when the priest uses your confession as the theme for his sermon?
No.
Do you agree that whatever mothballs prevent is not worse than the smell of mothballs?
Yeah. No.
Have you noticed that Morgan Freeman has looked like 70 years old for more than 50 years?
No. No, I haven't noticed that.
Would you be okay if the Parliament channel had a kissing camera when the House was in session?
A kissing camera. That would be very funny.
Have you noticed that bathroom hand dryers are amazing if you want to kill a few minutes before wiping your hands on your pants?
Yes.
Do you believe that paper plates save more marriages than therapy?
No.
Why?
It's natural, and women, they just love to wash the dishes.
Why is it that horrible and horrific mean the same thing, but terrible and terrific mean the opposite?
No, I don't know that.
Did you know that the number one ingredient in a bag of chips is air?
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, lots of delicious air.
Wow.
Please rank your fingers by importance. Take your time.
Okay, the pointing finger is number 1.
Okay.
Then comes the ring finger.
Then?
finger, then comes the middle finger, then thumb,
Okay.
then lastly the small finger.
Okay. If you died doing what you love, have you ever asked a friend to reposition your body to make it look like you are doing something not as obscene?
No.
Is your thigh gap for holding chips from McDonald's while driving?
No.
Are you the one in a group of friends that is always covered in cat hair?
No.
Do you only judge people by their color if they are wearing spray tan?
Sometimes, yes.
Have you ever taught a child about the birds and the bees by pushing a chip through an onion ring?
No, not at all.
That was the one that he put down on. Love it. That was this morning's census survey.
Thank you guys so much. That was Wack and Simpson here live on Accent World TV. Don't go anywhere. We're talking about terrifying terror predictions and we're going into it a little bit as we can learn about it. For those of you who are not so clued up and like, oh no, those are fortune tellers. Nah, man, they're tarot cards that can actually tell you what catting can't happen. Stay where you are. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
The rich taste that says you've arrived. Uyigakar. Living a life of illusion. Leaving your finances on the rocks. In this world of Bazotina Bantu, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us right here on Accent World TV. Remember, we will name yourself, eh? So if you want to interact with us in the studio today, please do so. As you can see, the contact details right there, and you can use the bottom column right there. All right, I'm your host, Kimera, Heeralal, and you are watching The Crack of Dawn. All right, so let's open up the show this morning. We're talking about, tarot cards. Now, you're probably wondering, how does this even work? For those of you who don't know, right? Now, there are the way that the cards actually position themselves, and there are ways that it can represent something, right? So now, each of the cards drawn as per their sequence mean a particular thing. I know what you're thinking. What is she talking about? Okay, give it a chance. Give it a chance. If you haven't been for a tarot reading, give us a call. I've got somebody, I call her Jema, right? She's from Benoni, and she does tarot reading for a living. So anyway, now talking about the cards. Now, each of the cards drawn as per their sequence mean a particular thing, and depending on the current situation that you are actually facing. Now, you know, when you take out cards, everything goes in threes. By the way, I'm Hindu, so everything goes in threes as well, which is quite cool. And now, if you look at card one, right? Card one is always about how you feel about yourself right now in the present. Now, if you look at card two is the struggle that you have to undergo for fulfillment of your desires. And then there's card three, that the outcome according to your current situation or the question that you're asked. Yeah? Alright, so there are free tarot predictions online and stuff like that, but be careful with those online people because you can't really see what they're doing for you, right? But anyway, you can get a free tarot reading at Tarot Predictions and Tarot Predictions, and choose tarot cards to know what is there for your life from the Tarot Predictions. Now, you ask yourself a question: what is a tarot? What is a tarot card? What is a tarot, right? Now, the 3-card personal tarot card reading provides an exclusive insight into the answers that your heart is actually looking for. And a person's life is a combination of what is destined and that which can be actually controlled. But who is actually responsible for the complex? That's a good question. Now, occurrences in one's life cannot be ascertained, and the tarot cards are able to reflect and throw light upon these issues as well. Now, they can be interpreted as the message of God, so to speak, and a true voice of God. So it is in its true sense, truest sense rather, and thus tarot reading is a wonderful art of divination. So it defines, it's actually called divination, divining, right? Now, however, sometimes just reading is not enough, right? Talk to some astrologers if you know any to actually know your future a bit better, because there's things that are aligned. There's something in my culture that you call opening book. It's actually quite interesting because tarot reading also comes along with this. Now, your tarot cards, right? They can actually, tarot cards actually mirrors your emotions. Okay, it mirrors your emotions, your feelings, soul, and our well-being basically. And it is pure thought directed from the source of himself. So the tarot cards speak through the, well, they call it the archetypal symbols and language. Now the tarot prediction is a way of developing our intuitive skills that we can draw up upon when we need either insight or guidance. So when we consult the tarot reading experts, we are attempting to better comprehend both ourselves and the forces that are at work within our psyche, also in the universe, basically. Okay, so a lot of people told me that their predictions have gone wrong. It's not that it's gone wrong, it's just something bad. And if it really did happen, that does tell you something. So today we've got Taylor Smith joining us, and he's going to give me, I think he managed to get top 5 terrifying tarot predictions that actually came true. So tarot reading is not nonsense, guys. Check out Taylor Smith here, starting at number 5 with Far Away.
Hello and good evening, my friends beyond the fog. I'm Taylor, your casual crypt keeper, and I got something for you today. Have you ever had your tarot read? It's fun to see what the cards hold in store for you, but hey, sometimes it'll reveal something better left unturned. You brace yourself now as we experience 5 stories of the decks predicting the future just a little bit too well for us, as we dive into the top 5 terrifying tarot card predictions that came true. But before we do that, you let me know, have you ever had a mysterious fortune given to you that came out to be more true than you ever could have known? Number 5. Our first story today comes to us from a Redditor sharing a horrifying experience that her family had with getting her cards read on a prediction that could end up being far more true than anyone could have wanted. Here's how it went. My mom used to host these Christmas parties for her girlfriends every year. She would have food and drinks and then some sort of entertainment. One year she hired someone to come read tarot cards for the party. My mom had a tarot reading by her before and was floored by her accuracy, so she figured it'd be super fun and different. The tarot reader wouldn't read for anyone under 16, so I wasn't allowed, but my brother was. Anyway, during the reading, the lady asked my mom if my dad had mentioned any plans of moving out of the country. My parents were divorced and my dad was in the Navy, but he had 0 plans to move abroad. My mom told the tarot reader that my dad wouldn't leave his kids like that. He may stay overseas for a month at a time, but he would never live out there. I mean, I saw him every other weekend. And it was at the point where he was discussing with my mom to have me over every weekend. The tarot reader insisted that the energy was weird. He's just here and then suddenly very far away. My brother got his cards read and a similar message came up with my dad. The tarot reader said something along the lines of, your relationship with him will exist in more of a mental state. She saw a distance as well and assumed that my dad would be stationed overseas for quite a while, longer than his usual month stay. Well, 2 weeks later, my dad was shot and killed during a robbery. My mom phoned the tarot reader and asked if she saw this. The reader just kept saying she saw him being very, very far away. Far away indeed, but perhaps closer than they might think. A harrowing story.
Sure, that's a bit scary, eh? Alright, here's another one. So if you actually went to see a tarot reader, did you actually find what you were looking for, or did you hear what you wanted to hear? Alright, I'm looking at tarot cards now. Sometimes online tarot reading is not enough. Now, you need a personalized tarot reading with an expert tarot card reader. Now, you can actually have your personalized tarot reading done, right? Now, tarot prediction offer guidance, clarity, and the opportunity to use symbolic language of tarot to go deeper to actually find wisdom and insight. Now, tarot can also answer questions for all types of issues, such as your relationship compatibility, spiritual growth, everything spiritual with spirituality as well. Career choices as well, not forgetting your life choices, your family, your school, and your education. You can also check out where to live with tarot reading. And don't forget, most importantly, everybody wants to know about their health. And let's not forget there's other topics as well. Certain people want to know certain things in their lives. I mean, some people want to know if their partner is cheating, if their partner is loyal, in every way of the meaning of the word loyal. And well, if you look at it, it's quite scary. Coming in at number 4, we've got the shop. Take it away.
Number 4, the shop. This next one was posted in an anonymous thread on Reddit for people sharing their stories of tarot card readings. Here's how it goes. Known for a fascination with the occult, a young man named Cam would seek out mysterious experiences to satisfy his curiosity. One foggy evening, he stumbled upon a tiny, dimly lit shop tucked away in a shadowy alley. Cam pushed open the door, revealing a hidden world of tarot cards and mystic artifacts. The air inside the shop felt heavy, as if charged with supernatural energy. A withered old woman, her gnarled hands adorned with ancient rings, beckoned the young man forward. Her eyes glimmered with an otherworldly glow, and Cam couldn't help but feel a chill run down his spine. Ignoring this sensation, he sat at a small table and awaited the reading. As the old woman shuffled the deck, her voice trembled with a haunting melody. She placed the cards before the young man and began to unravel a tale of darkness and foreboding. The cards depicted eerie images, a cloaked figure, a crumbling tower, a scarlet moon. Cam's heart raced with a mix of fear and anticipation as the old woman told him the meaning. With each card revealed, the atmosphere grew increasingly tense. The reading painted a dire picture of Cam's future, a series of misfortunes and unavoidable tragedy. The old woman's voice grew louder, her words echoing through the room like a haunting incantation. The cards seemed to come alive, as if the images were shifting and contorting before the young man's eyes. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness. Cam's heart pounded in his chest as he struggled to find his bearings. Whispers filled the air, and a cold wind brushed against his face. Panic gripped him, but he couldn't escape the clutches of the dark forces that had surrounded him. Just as he thought all was lost, a faint light flickered in the distance. The glow grew stronger, revealing the figure of an old woman, her eyes filled with a mix of sorrow and warning. With a voice trembling with urgency, she pleaded, "Fate is not written in stone. The choices you make will shape your destiny." As quickly as it had appeared, the darkness receded, leaving Cam alone in the shop. Covered in a cold sweat, he took a deep breath and contemplated that ominous reading. And from that day forward, he embraced each day as an opportunity to rewrite his story, mindful of the choices he made. And while the tarot had left an indelible mark on his soul, it served as a constant reminder of the power that he held within to shape his own destiny. I think if there's any takeaway from that story, it's that you should never let a set of cards dictate your life, I think, unless they're particularly valuable Pokemon cards.
Taylor Swift keeping us laughing. Okay, so what do tarot cards actually mean? Let's talk about that a little bit, okay? Now, each tarot card has a bit of an image. I'm sure you guys, some people have seen it. And now each tarot card has an image, right? A name and a number, which are potent symbols and have specific meanings. Let's talk about that. Now, each tarot card is believed to have 78,000 meanings. Now, tarot is a universal language, right? And that it actually speaks through a variety of, archetypical symbols, and that it actually has an essence of tarot predictions. Now, when it comes to cards, some people can't even decide if your questions were answered or not. Sometimes they give you the answer where you're like, what does it mean? And then you want to question that certain question. Now, what do you need as a personalized tarot card reading to highlight is each problem with your suggested cards. Now, your personalized tarot card reading by experts, make sure it's by an expert, guys. Remember, the tarot reading is a unique tool for self-understanding and for also making choices about the future. Now, the tarot card actually provides an instant and direct way to understand the rhythms or patterns at work that's in your life right now. So the tarot cards also predict patterns or events that are about to happen, and the tarot cards in tarot reading reflect our hidden desires, actions and goals so we can make conscious decisions and choices in our lives. Understand the reasons behind a situation, and also if you give guidance as to the next stage of our personal life journey. Coming up next, we've got, at number 3, the sinister surrounding story.
Number 3, Sister Surroundings Story. Our next story also comes to us from a Redditor sharing a time they got their tarot read out of curiosity, but got a lot more than they had bargained for. The user by the name of Sinister Surrounding had recently gotten out of a long relationship and was finding life a bit difficult. So she reached out to a tarot card reader to see what the future might hold. As the user reached the reader's house, it started raining heavily. The place looked dark and dingy, like no one had lived there for many years. As they made their way, they saw the curtains were closed and the place was cluttered. A woman greeted them, and the Redditor said that they seemed friendly, but something just seemed off. They went to the dining room, describing the whole place as being covered in knickknacks and candles. The reading began, and the reader told them to clear their head and relax. Hey, try that on for size right now while you're listening along. Just clear your head, relax a little. She guessed that her star sign correctly, an Aries, and sensed that they were there because of a relationship ending. As she talked about the prediction being correct, the Redditor said that even though they had feelings for their partner, she'd be happy if he moved on. But the tarot reader closed her eyes and said back, he won't meet anyone else, as he'll be dead soon. At first, the Redditor assumed it was a cruel joke. The tarot reader repeated, he will be dead soon and you will kill him. She was scared and uncomfortable, and so she left immediately. It was still pouring rain. As she left, the reader was watching her from the doorway. The Redditor would get home and fall asleep on the sofa, having terrible nightmares of graveyards, doll heads, and fires. When she awoke, she checked her phone and found she had an email from the tarot reader with a mysterious audio file and a subject line reading, "You will kill him." She claimed too that afterwards she started hearing voices. Now, she never posted any follow-up on this story, so we can only speculate what happened, but it really doesn't sound like anything good. Maybe someone read some tarot, see if some tarot cards have an answer for this story.
Still talking about your tarot card readings, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
The ultimate accessory. The latest shiny thing. Mesmerized. Trying to keep up, but never getting ahead in an endless cycle of spending. In this world of constant upgrades, do you want a bank that takes your money? Or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us right here in Lanesia South on Attenville TV. This is the Crack of Dawn show with myself, Kimera Heeralal, as your host. And if you want to join us in conversation, please do so in the bottom column where it says live chat. Don't forget, if you want to drop a WhatsApp a little bit later, if you don't watch the show live every day, you can do so with the contact details at the bottom right of your screen, as you'll see the WhatsApp line throughout the entire show. All right, getting back into it, we are talking about tarot card reading, a couple of stories on that. It's actually quite epic. Now, let's look at, let's talk about beyond the tarot card reading. These are the free tarot card readings, by the way, that I'm talking about. Lots of people don't want to spend money on nonsense, as most people say. But anyway, now after you read the tarot predictions or the cards that you have chosen, think about the question that you had in mind when you first drew the pack, the pack of cards. Now, a tarot card online can actually help you to understand these cards and the meaning behind them with a clear focus on basically on what matters the most in your current situation. Now, tarot card readings are an effective method to interpret the meaning behind all the chaos that ensures, basically all the chaos that basically ensues, it enters your mind. Now, to deeply introspect and figure out the complete reason behind the troubles you face or the dilemma life has actually offered you, you can get tarot card reading done by an expert. Coming up at number 2 with Taylor Smith, he gives us the cross.
Number 2, the cross. Our next story is called The Cross, and it goes a little like this. So when her friends suggested they visit Madame Isabella, a renowned tarot card reader in town, she couldn't resist the opportunity to have her fortune told. Excitement, anticipation, these things filled her as she stepped into a dimly lit room adorned with vibrant tapestries and flickering candles. Madame Isabella's piercing gaze sent a shiver down the young Emma's spine as she shuffled the ancient deck of cards, with a voice as haunting As the whispers of the wind, the psychic began to unveil Emma's future. The first few cards brought a sense of optimism, painting a picture of love and success. But then the atmosphere grew heavier, and a card emerged that sent a chill through Emma's veins. The death card stared back at her, its imagery ominous and foreboding. Isabella's expression turned grave as she explained the card's significance. It's a symbol of transformation, the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. But Emma's heart raced, fearing the worst. As the session concluded, Emma couldn't shake off that haunting prophecy. The following days were filled with unsettling unease as she mulled over the meaning of the death card. Her once bright future now seemed obscured by a dark cloud. She questioned every decision, analyzed everything, searching for a way to escape this fate that had been laid before her. Quite literally. Weeks turned to months, and the fear would consume Emma, making her a prisoner of her own thoughts. The specter of the death card haunted her every waking moment, robbing her of joy and hope, some of the best emotions to have. But as time passed, Emma began to realize that the power to shape destiny rested in her hands. With newfound determination, embrace the transformative message of the card, seeing it as an opportunity for growth rather than an omen of doom. And so Emma embarked on a journey of self-discovery. Her confidence grew, and she realized that the prediction of the death card was not an ending, but a rebirth.
People are reading their tarot cards daily nowadays and not just once. So now they say when you're starting each day with this tarot reading, it's terrific. It's actually a very terrific way to get, well, sight for all the possibilities and avoid possible pitfalls. Now get your reading and obtain insight for the day ahead. Now before you start, ladies and gentlemen, just remember that tarot cards only want the best for you. Well, we hope. All right, now you basically pick a card, right? What does the future have in store for you? Now it's time to actually discover the day's possibilities. Now about this reading, when you first introduced to the tarots, it can be a lot of information to take in. I mean, with all 78 tarot card meanings, it's a lot of information to take in your mind. But what is the tarot exactly, and how does the tarot work? Now, tarot is a deck of cards that helps unpack the thoughts in your head so we can make the best decisions, right? And also you can ask tarot cards pretty much anything and they will uncover insight based on both current and your past situations. Now, if you're seeking advice on love, tarot can explore a current relationship, or it can actually take a look at an older one if you are, well, reminiscing about an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Now, we know that you're thinking, okay, how can a deck of cards possibly actually help you make such big decisions in your life? Now, well, it's based on energy, if you think about it, right? For me, I'm going down the spiritual path thing, so energy plays a very big role in my life. So, as the law of attraction states, what you put out into the universe is what you'll actually attract. Now, so when you seek advice from tarot, meaning the cards actually that appear are literally responding to a question that you ask when you touch the cards. So remember, the cards that show up are meant to only appear as to what you're putting out there. So if in your mind, in the back of your mind, you're asking a really weird question, but you ask something else out loud, it's the energy that your body, your vessel is actually pushing out. So it works with energies, guys. Coming up at number 1, the flea market.
Number 1, the flea market. Our last story is called The Flea Market today, and it goes like this. Sarah had always been fascinated by the mystique of tarot cards, so when she stumbled upon an old deck at a flea market, she couldn't resist purchasing. With a mix of excitement and just a safe bit of apprehension, she sat alone in a dimly lit room, shuffling the cards and contemplating the future. As she laid them out in a Celtic cross spread, her heart skipped a beat. The final card, the 10 of Swords, stared back at her with a grim depiction of betrayal and anguish. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she remembered stories of the card's meaning, a sign of devastating endings and profound suffering. Shaking off this unease, Sarah dismissed the prediction as mere superstition. However, an eerie sense of foreboding settled upon her. Small misfortunes plagued her. A broken phone, missed opportunities, strained relationships. Each incident felt like a thread being woven into a tapestry of doom. Sarah's skepticism crumbled as the 10 of Swords manifested in her life. Betrayal came in the form of a dear friend's deceit, causing her heart to be broken. Anguish consumed her as she faced unexpected loss and disappointment. Her life had turned into a labyrinth of despair. Haunted by the tarot's prophecy, Sarah sought solace and understanding. She drove into into the study of the cards, desperate to make sense of her unraveling reality. In research, she discovered that the Ten of Swords wasn't only a harbinger of despair, but an invitation to rise from the ashes, to rebuild and grow stronger. Embracing this lesson, Sarah found strength in herself, sought therapy to heal her wounds, reached out to loved ones, and made peace with the past. In time, the dark clouds lifted and Sarah emerged. The tarot's chilling prediction had come to pass, but also ignited her spirits. The scariest forecasts hold the keys to our personal evolution, and Sarah's story became a testament to the interconnectedness of fate and free will, a reminder that our lives are our choices, and it's resilience that determine the course of our lives. Oh, that one turned out to be a lot more inspirational than we do around Top 5 Scary. I hope you leave this video with a sense of renewed vigor. That's all she wrote for this one. Creep on, creeping on, and your destiny's your own. You know that, right? Take it easy.
The top 5 terrifying tarot predictions that came true. That was actually hosted by Taylor Smith, so thank you so much, Taylor. Oh, we're gonna see you again, I know, during the course of the week. Alright, if you guys want to talk about tarot cards and if you believe in it and if you have a story to tell, please do drop us a WhatsApp on 074-660-5829. You're gonna see, well, the WhatsApp line on the bottom right of your screen right now. Okay, if you are streaming with us live and you're watching this live, you can use the bottom column right there where it says live chat. If you don't see that column, that means you need to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that already. Interact with us as we're talking about tarot cards and tarot readings as we are. Well, I'm sitting here today on this beautiful Monday morning, cold rather, but yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the yes and no tarot card readings, right? Now, if you need an answer or if you need advice on something like ASAP, the popular reading actually gives you a simple yes or no, right? And it's actually a straightforward answer or advice if you need. So focus on your question and select your card and you'll see exactly what happens. Now pick a card. What does the future have in store for you? Now is the time to discover the days and possibilities. There are different ways of actually reading these cards, guys. So if you don't know what you're doing and I've got actually tarot cards that are sitting in my cupboard when I was a kid. I found it at a flea market and like my folks were like, what are you doing with that? I was like, I don't know, it just seems cool. So anyway, I got a pack of cards. It's actually in my bedroom as we speak, and it seems like something quite fun to do, but I don't like actually playing with the universe like that. I just feel, hey, you're not supposed to know the future. I'd like to keep it that way, and it keeps my life exciting as well. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we got lots of entertainment coming up in the last 25 minutes of our show, so don't go anywhere. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
Put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, because you're mine. Because you're mine.
Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us right here in the Nature South on Actonville TV. This is the Crocodile Show with myself, Kimera, Heeralal, as your host. If you want to join us in conversation, please do in the bottom column where it says live chat. Come on, I'm waiting for you. Alright, so today we spoke about, tarot card readings. I explained how this works. You know what? A lot of people are like, that's a whole bunch of hooey, but it's not nonsense. You know, if you give anything life, it's like just like prayer. If you give it energy, you know what, it'll actually come true and come to term. It's amazing what the mind can do. Alright, so as promised, we said to you guys, we've got lots of entertainment coming up to keep you well entertained wherever you might be watching this show. The Crocodile Show. The Crocodile Show. Okay, anyway. Okay, so you guys know a song called The Reason by Wubberstank. Today it's covered by First to 11 all the way in Canada. Shout out to them. Yeah, they go.
Right now, we're gonna start with The Reason.
I never meant to do those things to you. And so I have to say before I go that I just want you to know I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is you. I'm sorry that I hurt you. It's something I must live with every day. And all the pain I put you through, I wish that I could take it all away and be the one who catches all your tears. And that's why I need you to hear. I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is you. 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 I'm not a perfect person. I never meant to do those things to you. And so I have to say before I go that I just want you to know I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is you. I found a reason to show a side of me you didn't know. A reason for all that I do. And the reason is you. I'm not a perfect person. I never meant to do those things to you.
First to 11 performing for us, The Reason by whoever Stank, and well, these guys are from Canada. I admire them. I enjoy watching them every single day. As you see, I'm showcasing them every day. Anyways, guys, before I forget, if you have talent and you've got a smartphone, just capture your talent, whether it's singing, dancing, I don't know, bending backwards, maybe you double jointed or something. But hey, if you've got talent and you want to share it with us on Attenville TV, drop us a WhatsApp on 074-660-5829. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
Systems accessed.
Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us right here in Malaysia South on Attenville TV. This is the Crackadaan Show with myself, Kimera Heeralal, as your host. Please join us in conversation as we are streaming live, and you can use the bottom column where it says live chat. If you haven't done this already, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done this already. Now, as promised, we've got another piece of, performance for you guys as we are keeping you well entertained on this beautiful Monday morning. Coming up next, here's Nikita, which is actually done by Elton John, but today it's been covered by Unique 7 all the way from the Solomon Islands. Check them out.
Hey Nikita, is it cold in your little corner of the world? You could roll around the globe, never find a woman so to know. Oh, I saw you by the world, 10 of the 10 soldiers in a row, with eyes that look like eyes on fire. The human heart, a captive in the snow. Hey! On Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Oh no, Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side of any given line and time. Counting 10 soldiers in a row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know. Do you ever dream of me? Do you ever see the letters that I write? When you look up to the wire, do you count the stars at night? And if there comes a time guns and gates no longer hold you in, and you feel free to make a choice, just go towards the west and find a friend. If you know this, sing it, come on. On Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Oh no, Nikita, I need you so. On Nikita is the other side of any given line and time. Counting 10 soldiers in a row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, Nikita, you will never know, never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Oh no, On a guitar is the other side of many given living time. Counting tempted shoulders in a row. Oh no, Nikita, you never know. Counting tents on the road. Yeah.
What a way to open up your Monday morning if you just joined the show. Nikita's Elton John's Nikita, but it was performed by Unique 7 all the way in Solomon Islands. What a beautiful classic track. Yo, that song is older, but yes, it still keeps you going as if it just came out on the top 10 chart, that kind of thing, you know. Alright, so don't go anywhere, okay? We're still going to make you laugh a little bit. We've got one more thing coming up, Auntie Sheila, but don't go anywhere. She'll come back straight after this commercial break.
The rich taste that says you've arrived. Uyingakar. Living a life of illusion. Leaving your finances on the rocks. In this world of Bazotina Bantu, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us right here on Activate TV. And we're still streaming in Malaysia South, guys. Where I was born. I mean, not born, I was brought up. Yeah, I was bred here. Alright, this is the Crocodile Show with myself, Kimera, Heeralal, as your host. And if you want to join us in conversation, please do so with the bottom color where it says live chat. Chat in there. Say what's up. You can give me a shout out. You can say happy birthday to anybody you know and love. But anyway, as I promised you, we're gonna have a good laugh just before you go. So here's Auntie Sheila coming up. She's talking about haters stop hiding behind fake profiles. Check her out.
Oh, welcome, darlings. It's Auntie Sheila. Now, you know there's a common saying, and it goes like this. It says, hurt people hurt people. You know, people who are unhappy with their lives or whatever the drama is in their lives, they like to project their ugliness and unhappiness. But what I've been noticing, darling, is, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, whenever people like to comment and shade other people, particularly on these platforms, these social media platforms, they seem to want to create pseudo names and create fake profiles. Now, my thing is this, right? Babes, if you have the balls to come onto our pages and talk absolute rubbish